Also trained in interspecies communication. That is exactly what it sounds like. I'm not a pet psychic, even though I do talk to pets. Sweet. I'm here to do your horoscopes. I'm not an astrologer, but just like I'm not a medical doctor, and I work with a lot of people with medical issues, and I didn't go to business school, and I do a lot of business consulting. I do the same thing with astrology, and every week I bring out the information on each of your astrological signs. I'm going to start with the energies of this week that really obviously have to do with how are we going to handle what looks like the beginning of a world war. Are you going to be able to hold on to your intentions, or is your fear going to have you changing the way you do things, changing the way you feel, and taking you away from your focus of your intentions? I'm going to suggest that you have a list of intentions that are very important to you and that you review them every day and spend time vitalizing those intentions. I'm going to suggest you not watch any more news. You obviously need to know something that's going on about what's going on, but I have noticed that people are watching a lot less negative news. And I'm going to have to say that I'm going to demand that on X, Twitter, which is where I'm getting my news, I need a lot more photographs of the animals, the dogs, the cats, because it really is wonderful all of the time. And it's particularly wonderful when we have so much negativity having to do with what's happening in the Mideast and in other places. It's, for me, embarrassing to post something that's positive or that looks like I'm not paying attention to what's happening in the world. So we have to find a way of elegantly staying focused on what we want, what we have decided on, in spite of the reality of what's going on. And in the book that, thank God, already came out, it's on YouTube, Amazon, if you can find it. They're making it difficult to find, or on my Shopify page, and I will put the link right now. That book, not coincidentally, was able to finally get put up for sale to be available to you the exact night that the invasion started. Not a coincidence. And reading the book is going to help you to understand the whole process of creation and of how important it is that your environment support your intentions and that you be continuously going back to what your intention is and not letting reality interfere with your intentions. Also, the concept of a thought form, which I'm going to write the word, I finally was able to understand it fully, to teach it properly. I don't know if any of you remember Seth, the Seth books, Seth. In the 60s, that was the thing. We didn't understand what Seth was telling us, but we all love the books because the man, it was great. And he talked a lot about thought forms, but we never got it. He didn't, wasn't able to present it in a way that we could understand. You are going to understand the thought form right now because of what I'm going to tell you. Yesterday, I saw an image, which was of one of the females that was at the music festival where the whole invasion started. And it was her body upside down on the back of a truck. Her limbs were in directions that our arms and legs don't go in. Obviously, incredibly broken. No blood. Very weird. And I noticed that and I went, what is this? Setup? She's talked about now continuously. But I knew when I saw it that that image was going to be very important for this war, to be able to get people to get angry and to be willing to kill other human beings. That image is a thought form. That image is so charged with emotions. And we all saw a lot of images yesterday and today. That image, without knowing who the female was, not knowing anything, just the image. That's a thought form. A thought form is like an image that has specializes in marketing and can get you to feel things and to do things that you wouldn't have done if you hadn't seen that image. It has power. And it turns out that thought forms, which are an image with a heavy duty charge, is what initiates the process of creation. So if you want to create something magically, you have to start with a thought form. Very interesting. I hope you get the book and I hope you read it. And I hope you understand enough about thought forms to understand how important it is to monitor what you are feeding your mind, because your mind is what creates your reality through your intention. You can have a great intention, but if you're feeding your mind thought forms and images and sounds and conversations that are contrary to your intentions, you're not going to be able to achieve what you want. So you stack the deck in your favor and you monitor what it is that your mind is taking in, particularly in terms of images that I now understand is the beginning of the process of creation on planet Earth. Okay, next, the horoscopes, which is why you're here. We're going to start with Aries as usual, which is a male sign and it's a fire sign. We have an eclipse this weekend, a solar eclipse, and another one in April. You all know that. Many astrologers are saying that this war was pushed by the eclipse. Many negative things can be pushed in your life due to these two eclipses. But if you can keep going back to what your intention is, you can achieve your intention. If you let outside events take you away, the images on the computer, TV, the things that you're told, oh my God, World War III, that's it, it's over. This is the first time in the history of this planet where individual realities are created. Until about 10 years ago, reality on planet Earth was a collective reality. We all had to deal with the same kind of stuff within like this collective consciousness. Today, that is no longer the case. And you can create a reality totally different than what's going on out there. That's why I keep saying, do not let reality interfere with your intentions. If your intention is to become a big deal and everybody else is getting hit at the back of the knees and falling down, you can be that big deal. You have to keep your focus. You have to vitalize those intentions. So Aries, you're worried about the war. And it's like it's behind your right shoulder. So I wouldn't be surprised if your right shoulder is bothering you. This channels the element of earth. So let's give you a mantra, because I don't really see anything beyond that. Even though I'm afraid of what's going to happen, I love and accept myself. And that's legitimate, because reality is pretty tough. And ignoring reality to continue to vitalize your intention is like a full-time job. Saying this to you is going to help me. When I finish here, I'm going to go back to what it is that I intend and just remind myself, hello, this is what you teach, do it. I don't need to get off of the images of the war because I'm down to very little. What I am going to demand is that on X and on Twitter, they go back to putting up all those animal photographs and videos, because honestly, it makes all the difference in the world. That break in between information that opens up your heart. By the way, that is why it feels so good to see those animals. It opens up our heart. That is why we can love our animals so much, because they open up our heart and they do not do treacherous things to us. Therefore, we can keep our heart open. And when our heart is open, we're happy. So if animals make you happy, then know that that is the reason why, because you are actually living with an open heart. So Aries, you have your mantra. Let's go on to the next sign, which is Taurus, which is a female sign and an earth sign. Taurus, throwing papers in the air, going through things, rifling through things, trying to put things in order, because we continue with the theme of you're going to suggest something to someone that you want them to accept, and I think that they probably will. and you want to stack the deck in your favor, and you're afraid you don't have it right, and you need to collect these extra data, and it doesn't feel like a business project, and yet there's data, there's information. So your mantra has to be, even though I'm afraid to be turned down, I love and accept myself. And relax and go sit under a tree. You need the earth energy. All this flinging stuff in the air is not getting you any closer to your intentions. Sit under a tree and do an intention mantra about that you want. I just gave you a purification mantra. Okay? Or did I give it to you? I'm not sure that I did. So let me go ahead and give it to you, which would be, no, please God help me with my intention, that it be accepted. Yes, I did give you the mantra. Okay, let's continue on to the next sign, which is Gemini, which is an air sign and a male sign. You're very frightened. You have your arms and you're almost doubled over in fear, protecting your solar plexus, which is called the garbage can of emotions. So what's going on in the outside world basically is you're out of the game, which means you're not going to be energizing your intentions. Okay? So what's your mantra? Even though I'm afraid and want to die, I love and accept myself. That's your mantra, Gemini. Even though I'm afraid and want to die, I love and accept myself. And then I see you lowering yourself into a tub of water, like taking a tub bath, lots of mineral salts. I think you're low on minerals. So try colloidal minerals. I'm not a specialist on that. You might want to ask at your local health food store, not a supermarket, not a pharmacy. Remember, the intention of the person that produces the product or that is making money off of the product goes into it. You want to buy your vitamins and all the rest of that from places that really believe in what they're selling. And that will happen in the health food store. It will not happen in a pharmacy that carries a collection of health food products because somebody knows that everybody's buying vitamins, etc. Okay, so let's go ahead on to the next sign, which is Cancer. And I usually see you at a beach in the water. Everybody else is on the beach together and you're by yourself. I see you storming out of the water. You put on your boots and you're ready to go. You have a baton in your hand, you're twirling it around your finger, and you're ready to go. You're using the baton to swat away flies. You're using the baton to lean on as if it was a cane. You're ready to go. You're ready to get to work. So Cancer that's always so afraid, we have this happening on the planet, and Cancer is ready to go. So somehow what is going on has fired you up, Cancer, and this is good. Let's give you a mantra. Please God help me with my intention to do it right this time. Oh, how interesting. Do it right this time. I'm a Cancer. That's why I'm saying, how interesting. Okay, ready to go. Cancer, ready to go. That's good. Okay, let's go with Leo, which is a male sign and a fire sign. Leo, you've had a snake that has been wrapped around your solar plexus, garbage can of emotions. It's red, so it's a fire snake, and it is releasing itself from you. And its head is like up here, and yeah. But it's good because you're going to have less fire in your solar plexus, which is really good because that will creates a lot of digestive issues, all that extra fire. And it means that you're releasing some old angers and resentments, and you're releasing it quickly. So let's give you a mantra. Um, Even though I'm not sure what to do, I love and accept myself. You're not sure what to do. It's okay. That's your mantra. That'll help you. You need to write your intentions, and you need to write a list of your intentions here, and then next to it, the list of the intentions that other people have for you. Two completely different lists. That's a problem if you're young or if you're very old. If you're very independent, you have no issue. But if you're kind of young, one list of intentions totally different from somebody else's list or some other people's list of intentions for you, it's a bit of a problem. This problem is going to sneak up on you in 6 to 8 weeks. I hope you listen well to these horoscopes and you remember. And in 6 or 8 weeks, when weird stuff starts to happen, you go, aha, my intentions are here. Their intentions are here. No, they want to take over my intentions and leave me just with theirs. Not going to happen. There's an expression in Spanish that says if somebody lets you know there's going to be a war, there'll be less casualties, which of course is what happened. Nobody knew it was coming. They still don't know why they didn't know. Okay, continuing on with Virgo, which is a female sign and an earth sign. And it's the same images I got when I did it in Spanish, and it's weirder than weird. You are a triangle, but just one triangle. Remember, we are two triangles put together and it forms the Star of David. The bottom triangle channels the energies of your root chakra, sacral chakra, and solar plexus. But it's all boxes. There's no flowing there. Everything is in little boxes. Now, those boxes are the boxes that I see in Alzheimer's. What am I talking about? In Alzheimer's, the person has things that they want, but they don't go after it because they don't want to upset their mates, their families. They don't want to have to leave the business. They don't want to upset people. Alzheimer people are nice people that don't want to upset other people. It's more that than cowardice. It ends up being cowardice also, but it's really more that. Virgo, you got stuff in little boxes. There's a lot of stuff that you want. You're not letting things flow in a way that could help you to get what you want because you have compartmentalized everything that you want. I'm not even sure that you know what you want. What is your mantra? Please, God, help me with my intention to flow with my needs. So apparently you have some needs that are not getting met because you have everything in little boxes. Subconscious, conscious, different information not touching each other. So you can continue to do this activity, which is totally incompatible with this other activity that you love, because you never let them get together. So there's your mantra. I think you need to do something, Virgo. There's been too many. I think you need to do something. Flowing with what you want. Okay? Continuing on with Libra, which is an air sign and is a male sign. Same images as when I did it in Spanish. You know Britney Spears, she had that video with the knives. She was dancing with knives. Felt very dangerous. You're doing that, but you're up in the air. So apparently you're ready to do battle, but you're not landed or grounded. So I don't know who you're going to do battle with because everybody's down there on Earth and you're up in the sky with your knives and you're moving around and you're threatening. Not grounded. I think you need to get, if you have an intention, I think you need to energize that intention. You need to ground that you're doing up there. You need to ground it on the physical dimension. You can do whatever you want to do with the knives, but you need to ground your intention. What is it you're trying to accomplish? Because you're not going to accomplish anything up there except make yourself think that you're getting something done. I have no idea. What's your mantra? Please, God, help me with my intention to do what I said I was going to do. Apparently, you said something that you were going to do, and now apparently you don't want to do it or you're afraid to do it. That's your mantra. I'm not going to continue with that. Scorpio is the next sign, and it is a female sign, and it's a water sign, which means a lot of emotions. You're hiding something. You have a suitcase with a lot of secret compartments, and you're hiding something. And I think some people know you're hiding something there, so you go ahead and you open a compartment, you open the zipper, and you pull something out. Hey, look what I got here! So to see if you can entertain them, like that little shell game where they, oh, look here and look over here, and then they do something else. You're playing a game because you're not willing to let people know what your intentions are, because the truth of the matter is you want to get the heck out of there. But you really cannot say that. So your mantra, please God help me with my intention to be free. And apparently you do not feel free. So that's your mantra. And I think you need to keep hiding stuff. That's my instinctive feeling. The next sign is Sagittarius, which is a male sign and it's a fire sign. And you are packing as much as you can from your house on the top of your car. And it looks like those funny movies, or what really happens in India and in Mexico and Central America. When they're going to make a move, they don't call a moving company. They just pack everything on top of their car. And so you end up with a car here and it's you have all this stuff on. And you're like, how does the car move and how come it doesn't fall off? I guess if you've done that enough, you become an expert. Sagittarius, you are moving, you're leaving, you're taking as much as you can. It doesn't really matter how much you left behind, you're getting out of there. And you're not even thinking about it. You're determined. I kind of like this because you have a focus you have not had before. And it's been several years already where you're kind of like reacting to life and other people, your responsibilities, whatever. I see you focused. That's it. You're leaving. It doesn't mean you're leaving people behind. You will know what this image says to you. Okay? So, continuing on. With Capricorn, which is a female sign and is an earth sign, I see you always outside your house, preparing stuff, very protective of your house, fence, not letting just anybody in, sometimes not letting anybody in. And you are putting a sign in the ground, a stake with a sign on it, and basically the sign is saying, maybe you don't want to come here. And there's a knife laid at the top of the sign, a real knife. It's not just a little sketch of a knife. You're willing to defend your people and your place, even physically if you have to. Capricorn, your mantra, please God help me with my intention to be patient. Apparently other people will be making decisions that will affect you. But you already made your decisions. You already know what you want. You already know what you're going to do. You just have to wait. Some other people have to make other moves. This is good. Jesus Christ was a Capricorn. I love Capricorns. I'm a Cancer. Favorite boyfriends. My child is a Capricorn. My husband was a Capricorn. I do very well with them. It's a nice flow, but we are astrologically very compatible. Continuing on to Aquarius, which is an air sign and a male sign. Aquarius, somebody put, or maybe you put it on yourself, a big bag over your head and tied it at your knees. You can't even move. You know how somebody ties your knees together? You can't walk. You may not fall down, but you can't walk. So you can't see and you can't walk. And so you're moving around minimally. Your mantra, please God help me with my intention to do what I want. Please God help me with my intention to do what I want. You know what you want, you're just not willing to do it. Reminding you there's an eclipse now, an eclipse in April. And eclipses come to kick people and things into place or out of place, to collapse things that you shouldn't have anymore, to take away a job that you should have left a long time ago, to have your mate leave you when honestly you were the one who wanted to leave from a long time ago. So when an eclipse comes and does something like pulling the rug out from under you, what you need to remember is the eclipse is only doing that because you should have done it before and you didn't. So Aquarius, maybe something's going to happen with this eclipse. You can't be this unhappy for this long. You can't have an intention for freedom or to leave for this long and not have something happen. You don't think those eclipses didn't notice that? So I hope they're kind in whatever it is that they do to get you to where you want to be. Okay? The last astrological sign is Pisces. Pisces is a female sign and it's a water sign. Pisces are looking really good. There's a bit of darkness in the solar plexus in the area having to do with projects and children. It's kind of like protected. You're protecting it. Makes sense with the Pisces that I know. But there's a black band here. Nice green crown chakra, nice green third eye, nice green chest. But here there's a black band, and it is not that somebody tied you up or put a scarf over your eyes, because it's not your eyes, it's here. That area has to do with unshed tears and with being a liar. Oh my God, Francis, hello? You could be a liar by saying, everything's fine, when honestly, you just want to slit your wrists. You could be a liar by saying, business is kind of good, yeah, it's okay, when honestly, you're worried you're going to go bankrupt. You could be a liar and saying, my mother-in-law and I get along really well, when honestly, you hate her guts and she hates yours. That kind of lying. And I'm okay when all you want to do is die because you're so sad about something. You need to mantra this out and do the mantra. Even though I'm sad and want to die, I love and accept myself. And actually, I'm already seeing a change. You know, my birth is a mystery. I mean, my name was not Francis when I was born. It was Ilse, Ilse Laya, supposedly. And my birth date may not be my birthday. My birthday might be a Pisces birthday. So I'm giving you the mantra. I'm looking at you and what you need to say, Pisces. And I'm seeing the change in me. So maybe that is my real birthday. Who knows? It doesn't really matter. Or maybe I have a lot of Pisces in my chart. I don't know. Can you have a lot of Pisces in your chart? I have no idea. But that's going to be a really good mantra for you. And apparently for me also. So we have finished with the astrological signs. We have warned you about images in this war. We have taught you everything that we know having to do with the creation of reality. We wrote a book. It's now on my store. It's on Amazon. Hidden, but it's on Amazon. But images is, I have recognized, which I did not know through the years, is the most important thing. And images is what they're going to use as a marketing tool to get you on their side. Who is they? The different governments, the different religious groups, the different social groups. Images is how, an image is how the process of reality on the physical dimension is created. Whether it's a magical reality or just a reality of a better job, images. So you get yourself educated real quick on how to monitor images, block the images you should not be seeing, so that your process of creation is not tainted by other people's marketing techniques. And please, Twitter, X, continue putting up all of those beautiful images of pets, all those videos, because they make a huge difference, because they open up your heart. And then all the other information that you get feels much better. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye. And thank you for joining me. And share, please. That would be great. I'm going to put the link again for the book. The book is called, oh, that's interesting, Creation from Victim to Master. We are going to be victimized by this war if we do not give ourselves a full-time job of protecting our intentions. What are your intentions? Write them down. Look at them every day. Mantra them. Purify what could be blocking them. Do not allow world events to stop you from getting what you want. First time in human history that you could be the only person left standing and the rest of the planet could be wiped out. If you kept your intention, that would happen. So protect your intentions, okay? Bye. Oh, we have an event. The night of the eclipse. It's advertised already. And I will be guiding you to find what this eclipse means for you, what changes it can bring, and what you need to do to work with the energies of this eclipse and the next eclipse that's in April. Okay? Thank you.